This one is addressed to mostly the ladies. I mean, some men probably engage in it too, but for the most part, I see a lot of ladies doing it. Um, I'm going to start off with a phrase that my mother told me, and I probably mentioned this in previous audios before. If you're going to do something wrong, do it right. If you're going to do something wrong, do it correctly. I mean, it's not best that you do anything wrong, but if you feel that you got to do it for whatever reason in your mind, make sure you do it correctly. And the reason why I say that is because I'm referring to gold digging type behavior. And I say gold digging type behavior because some people are 100% gold diggers 100% all of the time. And then there are some of them that just have very materialistic, so they have gold digging behaviors. If you have a man, and let's say he is balling, let's say he's doing 6 or 7 figures per year, legally or illegally. In most cases, if he's doing that, that's going to involve long hours or some type of risky behavior. That's going to involve him maybe leaving home for long periods of time. It may involve him, engaging in a lot of risky investments in order to develop an even higher return. It involves a lot of hats that he has to wear in order to get that done. And let's say you're the type of woman that, you need a man's attention and you require his attention. You got to understand, that's the uniform that he's playing in. And he's doing it well, regardless of what it is. And he was doing it well before you came along. So the last thing that you need to do, you can't turn around and give him a hard time for not spending time with you. Give him a hard time for staying up late. Give him a hard time for being out in the streets when you know that's how he makes his money. Giving him a hard time about spending money from the household on investments because but you found out that's the way he used to take his personal money back in the day and build it to what's going on now. He used to play with the funds, but he's succeeding at it. Or going out on the road if he's a truck driver or in the military or something like that, gone for weeks at a time in order to make that money. Don't complain and then turn around and be the first one with your hand out willing to spend the money. Or better yet, if you have access to the money when it's payday, you're there. Money hits at 12 o'clock, 12:01, you at the ATM machine. Or 12:01, you switching money over to Cash App or PayPal or Venmo or Zelle. Don't sit there and look for the money if you're not willing to offer the support while he's trying to get it. Now, I stated before in a previous audio, if it's a venture that he had taken on while y'all were together and it wasn't something that he was doing before you got involved, that's a different scenario. I've already spoken on that. I'm talking about the way he made his bread before he met you. And you seen what it was. Don't be sitting around with your bottle of wine when you get off work and the candles lit, sitting up there looking sad and getting drunk because he doesn't come home till 12 or 1 o'clock because he's out there, he works his regular job, but you both know that the regular job don't pay for that high-ass mortgage, so he's got to go do another gig when he gets off work for another 4 or 5 hours. Don't be sitting there mad because you living in the result of him working so much. Don't be sitting up there, getting high every day because you depressed because he's not home, because he's got to hit the road and got to do loads for 2.5, 3 weeks out of the month. But every week you've got his cash card and you're going to get money. You can't have it both ways. Sometimes you got to pay a price. Don't get mad because he's making beats and doing shows and he's got to go on tour so many months out of the year, but you sitting up in his $1 million mansion and driving his $100,000 car and you don't have to pay for anything. And you can come and go as you please and do what you want. Don't sit up there mad. And you better not give him a hard time when he does come back to you, because you knew that's how he made his money before he met you. And he's supposed to just stop doing it because you came into his life. You're full of shit. You need to stop. And don't let that old knothead aunt, cousin, grandma, mother tell you that your stuff between your legs is so powerful you're going to make this man stop feeding himself. Come on. It's a losing battle. So what you need to do is, if he's gone for a long period of time and you know that he's not mistreating you or anything like that, when you know he's on the way home, what you need to do is you need to go ahead and make sure the house is clean and that all of his favorite foods are fixed on the day he's due to come back, and make sure that you are ready and available to give him whatever he wants when he comes home. When you know you don't have to do all that, come on now. See, and you running around here thinking that you got it all figured out and that he's the fool for giving it to you, but you the fool. And then you wonder why he goes out here and he finds somebody else. As I stated before, I do not advocate infidelity recklessly, but sometimes your partner has exhibited some behaviors that make you feel a certain type of way. Now, a lot of cases, people don't cheat as a result of that. They just walk out. Either way, it's negative. But back to what I was saying, ladies, if you know he's got the bag and you know what he does to get that bag, and that requires a lot of time and attention, don't turn around just because you living in the house and you got a ring on your finger that's supposed to stop. Because if that stopped, guess what? The bag gets a little bit lighter. So what you going to do? It's a common sense thing, people. Common sense. If you want to be kept, you have to accept the fact that he's got to make those sacrifices in order to keep you. And if you don't like it, you can either leave or go ahead and get your own bag and you won't have to worry about it. But you're not going to stop him. A real man ain't going to turn around and stop his game because his woman raising hell. No. He's going to put her in her place. Or he'll find another one. And if any of you dudes are looking at giving up all that, look, you work hard all those years, went to school, went through training, dodge bullets in the street, whatever it is you have to do to make it to the point where you are right now before you met her, and you mean to tell me you're going to throw it all away just because she says so, because she want you to look her in the face all day long. But she wants to turn around and cash them checks. See, there's no logic to that. It doesn't make any sense. So where's the money supposed to come from if he doesn't do it? You tell me. You going to go out and do it? I didn't think so. So cancel it. If you can't accept the fact that he's making all these moves like this, then you don't need to get serious with him in the first place. You need to move on to somebody who can give you a little bit more time. That bag might be a little bit lighter, but if attention is required on that level from you and it means that much to you, then you need to go ahead and get somebody who's got a little bit more of it, who's willing to conform and jump anytime you tell him to jump, like some trained animal. But a real man ain't going to give up his bag for nobody. Just saying.